I got some Bible verses I want to share. You ready? We're living through the times of Revelations if you haven't figured it out yet. Lots being revealed. Luke 12:2-3. For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. Therefore, whatsoever ye have spoken in the darkness shall be heard in the light, and that which ye have spoken in the ear in closets shall be proclaimed upon the housetops. And Luke 8:17, for nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad. Mark 4:22, for there is nothing hid which shall not be manifested, neither was anything kept secret, but it should not come abroad. This is my giant version of the Samani Preserves grading system, and this is what I use. This is off of page 45 out of a book called The Scientific Breeding of Game Fowl, and I modified it for myself for my own use so that I have enough slots for each grading section on this. And then I total up my scores from my birds, and if your bird scores I'm looking down here one second. You'll have a total number of scores out of 100, and your bird has to have greater than or equal to 30 to even be IamSamani. The only thing I would like to see added to that maybe later, because I know all the lab testing is in its infancy, but the only one thing I'd like to see added to that, and it should be like number 1, is that the bird has to have 2 copies of FM verified by blood test, or it's a DQ, because there's just certain fundamental things about these birds that if it doesn't exist, it's just not the real thing. Okay, grading is a pretty long process, so I'm going to try to just hit the highlights. This one is already going to be a DQ, but I'll show you one. Basically, you go by each system and you decide what you're going to grade it. The more quality, the more points. And everything is on here. What is a disqualification also? Size, sprig, split comb, fork, points, lopped comb, thumbprint, twist, and folds. Those are all DQs on a comb. Toes. Any yellow on the soles or pads, DQ. White toes or claws, DQ. Okay, I'm going to do comb, skin, and beak first. Comb has to be straight and upright. That's not straight and upright. Okay? It's close, but it's not straight and upright. It needs to be you need to select chicks that have a wider base. Excuse my working hands. On the comb, because it will make it grow better straight and upright. Skin. When you're looking at skin, you want to look at several things. Under the wing, Now this baby's skin is black. Now look at the little butt, the hint, cloacia, whatever you want to call it. It has to be completely black. And then beak. Beak needs to be, beak is short and curved, not straight. I do have some birds that have had straight beaks. Those are DQs. This one, not bad. Okay, eyes, earlobes, and neck. Eyes should be round and black, which they look round and black. Earlobes have to be black. It does not like skull, which they're black. Neck should be long and slender. So, okay. Body should be upright and gamey, like this, not slouched down. I haven't really been working with this bird because I know it's a DQ, but they should be tall, upright, and gamey. If he was to stand up, it would pass. Back should be long. That's pretty long. Tail should be held at a 45-degree angle. And this baby holds its tail down. But depending on how they look, I might let them grow out to see how they hold their tail when they're grown. This one may hold at a 45. We'll see. Absolutely, if you have a rooster that holds their tail like this, that's a disqualification. That's called a squirrel. On feathers, any color leakage is a DQ. This looks like it may be developing into a hen. Looks like we got 2 layers of feathers there on the wings. These guys will trick you. Some of the roosters are hen feathered. Those are disqualified too. I like the width on these feathers. They should be sort of narrow. That's my opinion. It's feathering out pretty good. It's been kind of sparse as a baby. But some with a higher fiber will do that. It's just slow to develop their feathers. Oh boy. You just pooped all over me. I don't mind a little bottle brush quality to feathers because I think that's probably what they should be, but that's another argument for another day. Legs should be long, and there should be either short or no spurs. I think this one's a girl, but still, either way. So this one's legs are pretty long. It's maybe a little too feathered for my liking. Feet and toes have to be completely black. Oh, come on, we gotta look at your feet, baby. They've been outside, so they're a little dirty. I'm scratching through feed, but if there's any white or pink, see that right there? You see that? There's white in the tip of that nail. So any white at all in the toenail or the feet is a disqualification, period. It just shouldn't even be a question. And then the mouth. You have to look at the mouth. Let's see if I can get this tongue out. Because even though it looks gray and black on the end, the back of the tongue is pink. Hold on a second. Well, I had it. Can you see that? The back of that tongue is pink. So that little gray tip right there doesn't matter. Okay, little baby's back with his